Hi, I'm Shira Anthony. I'm here reading from Cody Kennedy's novel, Omorphi. You look fresh, bro, Jake complimented as Michael climbed out of his SUV on Wednesday morning. Thanks, I hate my hair. They fell into step, their gait familiar and easy. What's wrong with your hair? It has a two-track mind. One's lost and the other one's looking for it. I can't even get it to go one way. It's curly, it's not supposed to. How come yours does? I use gel. I hate that stuff. It makes me feel sticky. Jake chuckled. You're nervous. Am not. Michael's denial sounded lame even to him. They heard a loud commotion and turned. To Michael's horror, Evan Blythe, one of their trackmates, shoved Christie's books from his arms and jerked his backpack off his shoulder. The book splashed to the ground as the backpack landed with a dull thud. Evan kicked a book and it skimmed down the concrete walk with a sandy screech and came to rest in the damp grass of the commons. Evan laughed and trotted away, leaving a loud faggot to ring rudely on the air. Michael sprinted and caught up with Evan and tripped him with one quick sweep of his foot. Evan fell to his hands and knees, his hands landing with a painful slap as they hit the concrete. What the fuck, Sattler? What are you doing, man? Evan got to his feet. What are you talking about? Him. Michael pointed toward Christie. Evan brushed the knees of his pants with angry hands. I'm just messing with the little homo, Michael. Shit, you shouldn't have done that. Neither did you. Since when are you into bullying? Help me pick up his books. Evan looked around at the gathering crowd. Forget it. Michael rose to full height. Granted, he was only a couple of inches taller than Evan was, but he knew it made a difference to Evan. Man, you're being an ass. Help me collect his books. Evan gave Michael a tentative look. Jake, take care of this. Michael walked to where Christie stood, back plastered against the lockers, eyes staring, distant. Hey. Christie continued to stare at some far-off vision. You all right? Christie remained still as a statue, silent. Michael set a gentle hand on Christie's shoulder, and he jumped and cowered, his hands raised as if in preparation for a blow. It's all right, Michael said softly as he covered Christie's hands with his own and slowly moved them down. It's only me, Michael. Christie looked up at him with frightened eyes and recognition slowly set in. He withdrew his hands from Michael's grasp and balled them against his chest. Jake and Evan began picking up his things, and he shied away from them, pressing into the cold steel of the lockers as if in an effort to melt into them and become invisible. Michael dared to put a hand carefully on his shoulder again. Christie didn't jump this time. Come on, let's go sit over there. Christie didn't budge. Michael bent and whispered, it's okay. Come on, let's sit down. Christie moved on unsteady legs to the concrete bench, and Michael sat next to him. You okay? Christie nodded woodenly. Jake set Christie's now pieced together belongings next to him and shot Evan a pointed look. Hey, Christie, sorry. Evan stuck out his fist for a bump, and Christie shrank back. Michael gently moved Evan's fist out of the way. It's okay. He won't hurt you. What's the matter with him? Evan asked. You scared the shit out of him, Michael said angrily. I didn't touch him. Jake grabbed Evan by the upper arm and hauled him around the side of the art bungalow. You okay? Michael asked softly, wanting desperately to put an arm around Christie and comfort him. Christie nodded. You okay to go to class? Christie nodded again. Do you want me to walk you to your room? Christie shook his head and gestured to the classroom door directly in front of them, but 20 feet away. Let's get you to class, Michael stood, slung Christie's backpack over his shoulder with his own, and picked up Christie's books. Come on. Christie stood unsteadily, and Michael guided him to the classroom. Christie lost his balance when he climbed onto a stool at one of the high art tables, and Michael caught him by the arm before he fell. Christie flinched and slowly pulled his arm from Michael's grasp. Where do you want your stuff? Christie pointed to a cabinet beneath the table. Michael tucked everything away as Christie watched his every move, his eyes now focused in the present. Are you going to be all right? Christie nodded, his eyes following Michael as he stood. Michael smiled what he hoped was a reassuring smile. See you at lunch? Christie nodded again and mouthed, thank you. No problem. See you later. What the hell was that all about, Evan? Hey, Michael, I didn't mean anything by it. Jake explained things to me. I never would have done that if I knew he was from Wellington. Wellington has nothing to do with it. You shouldn't be doing crap like that to anyone. Evan was sheepish. We won't do it again. We cool? He held out a fist to Michael. You sure as hell won't. Not again, dude. Michael bumped fists with him. Not again, man. Later, Jake. The first bell rang. Thanks, Michael said to Jake as they watched Evan speed away. No problem. Let's get to class. This was Shira Anthony reading from Cody Kennedy's book, Omorphi.